Welcome to the first ever Traders Cast episode. My name is Dats Lewis, and I'm here with a very special guest, Ali Trades. How are you today, man?
I'm amazing, bro. I'm blessed. Thank you so much for having me.
That's absolutely awesome, man. So, you are in the first episode ever of Traders Cast. To give you a small idea of what I'm trying to do with Traders Cast, man, it's really something where I want to get traders involved to share their stories, their experiences. And I also want to ask traders, hey, we're in this month in 2024. We're in January, for example. What do you want to accomplish 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? And then when that trader accomplishes it, I want them to come back and say, yo, like, look at what we talked about. Look at what you've done and look at the results that you have gotten through your hard work. That's basically my vision with Traders Cast. But I'm super excited to have you here, man. Why don't we start off by you talking a little bit about what you have done or where you came from and what you have done in the trading industry and what you want to do?
Right. So I came from the way I started trading was I was about 17 years old. I was broke. Like I didn't have money. And I used to run track. So I pulled up to training one day and this guy pulls up in a brand new Benz and and I'm like, yo, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I be trading Forex. And I had already heard of it at that point. And he's like, I'll sign you up with my mentor. I'll get you all hooked up.
Was this IML?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he follows me on Instagram. He gives me a call later that night. I'm hooked. I'm like agreeing to everything. And then he goes, yeah, bro. And all it is it's $250 a month.
Yeah.
The second he said that, I was like, damn, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't afford it. So I went online. I started like researching courses and I found one for $13. Took that and just like absolutely bombed it. Like I finished the first segment, hopped on a demo and killed it. And so I thought I was gifted. And I had some savings because I used to video edit.
Yeah.
So I put all my savings in this account and I blew them all on the first day.
Yeah.
So
do you remember the name of the first broker you blew your stuff at?
I do.
What was the name of it?
LMFX.
LMFX.
Yeah.
The first broker I ever blew I think it was like $52 at, was actually Hugo Ways. And my story relates to yours as well because I was 18 years old and I just got involved with IML. And I built this organization of 30 people and I was making $600 a month. I was a P600. But then my strategy was to get a bunch of girls to join me because if there's girls, what is going to come after? Guys.
Guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So that whole thing went to shit due to the fact that the person above me, who was your mentor, you know how in network marketing, the person above you is typically your mentor?
Yeah.
Basically got at all the girls, scared them off. They left me with on a rank. And I'm like, man, this building stuff, this network marketing stuff isn't for me. And then I started trading by looking at the academy. I passed the whole beginner session of the academy, and then I thought because I knew support and resistance and because it worked out twice on TradingView, I just had like a lucky day that I was ready for a live account, and I blew $52. I really didn't even have money to start. I got involved with IML because my uncle lent me $200, and that's how I got involved in the trading industry. From that aspect or from that point where you just essentially blew up your account, I'm assuming you were 17 going on to 18. What was your life like from 18 to 20? Like, did you have to get a job? What did you do to change things and pivot things to get you to where you're at today?
So I continued to video edit because, I mean, I was honestly taxing people. Bro. I'd chop up a 30-second video. I'd charge like $500.
When you say video edit, it's like a reel?
Yeah, almost
Video,
like
okay.
a promotional video.
Promotional. So for clubs?
No, it was
That's what I think about. Promotional video. You're promoting a club.
No,
Yeah.
I just knew some people selling some interesting stuff who wanted a nice Telegram video.
Okay.
So then they would hit me up. I just make it for them and send it their way.
You care to dive deeper on what that interesting stuff was?
Oh, cannabis.
Cannabis?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you're from LA, so it's
yeah,
pretty
no,
big.
it's very big
it's
over there.
freaking huge.
But it was hilarious because, bro, I'd just charge. I'd be like $300 for a logo.
Yeah.
$500 for a video, and they just pay. So I loved it. And then so that's how I built up all my capital, and then I would just kind of put it. I was getting burnt on crypto. Man, I remember there was a time where my trading chart, if you loaded up Bitcoin, it would just like, I just had it like 5 years worth of text where I would just say, don't trade.
Don't trade. Yeah.
Then I would still trade it
Yeah.
and blow my account even further.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was hell in the beginning. I could not
Yeah.
pivot at all. But once I finally just started like escaping signals, escaping like the get rich quick scheme, that's when it started to click better for me.
Mm-hmm. I think that has a lot to do with the information that you learned, because you just said that you were charging people $300 a logo, $500 a poster. And when you think about it, the only thing that separates a person from paying X amount compared to X amount is the information that they have. The thing that I mean by that is, let's say you go onto Fiverr. That person could have hired someone for $10, but because they didn't know that information, they paid the price. Right? A lot of people are not willing to pay the price today, which they ultimately end up paying the price tomorrow, right? And what that means is that information could separate A and B tremendously. Information to me means this. It goes in your head, it forms, right? Because in your brain, imaginary figure forms of whatever it is, and then mation is basically a Latin word for action, right? So the information that you have is what basically separates you from where you want to get to. Because think about this. When you think about the richest people on earth, what do they have that we don't?
Crazy vision.
Vision, information, knowledge, right? And what did they do, right, that other people didn't do? Put in the work. I know so many people that would have been extremely successful in our industry if they wouldn't have given up. You get me? And like, did you see a lot of that with a lot of your friends upcoming?
Huge.
Yeah.
To me, I don't understand the concept of failing. Like, if I don't give up, then I didn't fail. You know, I could lose today, but always, no matter what I lost, it was just, I was thinking long term.
Yeah.
So in my head, I literally could not fail. And I believe that mindset so hard. And I try to tell my friends, hey, let's do this, let's do that. As I'm in the worst, you know, like I'm in this huge drawdown in life, especially. And I'm trying to convince them, and they didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
But then in my life, I've always, from what I've noticed, is when I failed very hard, right? Like,
Nice.
I always lost very big.
Yeah.
Everything I did was very big.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, why did God make me do that? But it's because He was preparing me for these huge wins. And I had to learn to go through that so I could be prepared.
Yeah. I don't consider it a failure, though, because look at where you're at today.
Exactly.
I feel like you need failure to get ahead in life.
To grow.
Because if you don't fail, how are you going to know what it feels like when you win? Because if you keep winning and winning and winning, it gets boring.
Yeah.
You get me? You need different obstacles thrown at life, right, when you want to grow. Like, a lot of people nowadays, they're like, you know what, in 2024, I want to ask God for growth. I want to ask God for success. But are they ready for the consequences that that's going to bring to them? And by consequences, I mean is, if you want to get somewhere, you have to change. You get me? If you want change, you have to change. So if you want success, right, and let's say you pray to whatever figure you believe in, the universe, God, anything, right? Let's say you pray for success, right? And then in the next month, you get hit with something brutal, right? Whatever you get hit with, right, most people see it as a barrier to their success. They're like, you know what? This is why I'm never successful. I just blew up my account again. This is why I'm not successful. I just lost my job. This is why I'm not successful. When in reality, it's really whatever you prayed for testing you to see if you're ready for that success. And I feel like this has happened to me so many times where I have win, and then I have a huge loss like you described. And then I get more wins, and then I have a huge loss. But when I look at the chart and I look at my life, I feel like my life is going up, and then a huge drop, and then up, and then a huge drop. But when you look at each drop is higher than the previous, meaning that we're just accumulating and accelerating forward with what we're doing. Yeah. Is that how you think your life has been?
1,000,000%, bro. So even I've gotten to the point where I'm so hell-bent on that mindset where, you know, on my darkest of days and my worst days, I pray, I say, hey, God, I don't know why you're giving me this pain, but
Yeah.
I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ask for the growth with this, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand that I need to feel these things in order to really reach that new level.
Uh-huh.
And that's always been my mindset, just going forward. Like that shift in my mindset is what allows me to keep growing and
Yeah.
do what I've done. Because like, honestly, not even just to talk my own shit, but what I've done in the industry at 20 years old, like,
It's insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people haven't even touched at almost, 30
Yeah.
years old. So I like to see it as I came into the industry, every single person who I've looked up to,
Uh-huh.
I've shared the stage with.
Exactly.
Done a podcast or something with
Yeah.
by this point, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Something that's big to me is that not your age, that you're 20 years old. At 20 years old, you've accomplished a lot more than I did at 20. But something that's big to me is how fast you've done it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because someone who's 30 at 31 could become a millionaire, right? You've accomplished this so fast. And you know what they say. You know, when you accomplish something fast, you lose it faster.
Right. Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go, right? You've accomplished it very, very fast, in my opinion, right? What do you feel like you have to do at this point to continue to elevate forward, not only in the trading industry, but in something else in your life, where it could be relationships, it could be your relationship with God, your relationship with your family? What is it that you think going on to 21 years old, 22 years old, you have to do as a man to keep you moving forward?
So as a man, to keep me moving forward, I believe this is where I have to essentially start to supply more in the lives of the people around me, like investing in them more.
Yeah, serving people.
Exactly. So like, even I can see it in people before they see it in themselves. And I like to look at myself in the mirror, kind of like I'm living proof. You know, I came from I struggled heavily here.
Yeah.
I've become this, and now I thank God, because I go to the restaurant, I don't look at the bills, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here's my
That
card.
was one of my biggest things.
Bro, I love that. That's
Yeah.
like the best thing.
When I was 18 and I was in IML, you know, I never really had a good restaurant until I was 21. Before 21, the best restaurant I ever went to was a Chili's. You get me? Now, at 24 years old, I don't even like going out to restaurants, right? And I've been to so many. I could name so many here in Miami that I've been to. Poppy, Komodo, Swan. I've been to almost every restaurant that is in some type of demand here. But it's not that I don't like going out, is that the fact that it kind of got boring, because it's the same thing. You
can
go,
understand.
you wait. I love going out for the food, but now I'm at a phase where instead of going out 6 days a week, right, I'm cooking 6 days a week.
Right.
And I'm cooking like really crazy shit. So I go to Josh's Premium Meats. It's a butcher in Coral Gables, and I buy what I'm going to cook. You know, New York strip, Denver steaks for short ribs, chicken breasts, anything that I could think of, I grab it and I cook it at home. And does it taste better than the restaurants? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's the fact that, you know, I'm getting to a point where a lot of the things that used to amaze me at 18, where it's like, you know what, I don't even want to look at the price, I don't really care about. You get me? Like, I'm at a point now where I have like a lot of supercars. I have the penthouse that I want. And before you get there, you want it, right? And I support everyone who wants a supercar, or anyone who wants to do something better with their life. But once you get there and you have all the supercars and everything, you'll realize that they don't really entertain you as much as you think they are. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have to really find passion in your life.
Right.
You get me? Or something that you're really passionate about outside of trading.
Exactly.
Because trading is going to frustrate you. You get me? Especially during the days or during the months that shit's not going your way. And if you haven't experienced it, you are eventually. You get me? So for me, something that I'm very passionate about is racing. You get me? That's why I have all the supercars. Do I care about them how I used to? Not really. I only care about my Lambo, but that's because it has, 2,500 horsepower. But if it wasn't for that, all the other cars don't mean shit to me. You get me? Because they're not at the caliber that I would want them to be in terms of speed and acceleration. But what's something that you are passionate about? Or have you even thought of that? Like, outside of trading, what do I want to do?
I truly like helping people. So that's why even the more success I get, Like, I don't know if you've seen, but we've been organizing like stuff. Like, I'll
Yeah.
Brandon's Pip and Dip, and we'll go. I'll gather all my friends, and we'll go. We'll purchase. Like last time, I did 250 pounds of chicken. We purchased it, we seasoned it, we cooked it, made rice and everything next to it, and we just served it out to people. Brought them gloves, clothing, stuff like that. Like doing something.
You did that in LA?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So it's just like doing something and creating something that's bigger than myself, where me and all these people with different faiths, different beliefs can come together just to support a bigger cause. Like
Yeah.
in those moments, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with my life.
Gotcha.
And then even just helping my family, like
Uh-huh.
whether it's last time I was in Miami, I took my sister here,
Yeah.
and that was a lot
I
of
remember. Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
just like being last time I took my brother to Europe,
Mhm.
and I plan on taking my other brother to Europe. Like doing these things, it feels fulfilling to me.
Yeah, I agree, man. In December, I went to Los Angeles with my whole family for Christmas. I flew them out all first class.
Yeah.
And my family is the type of family to fly at the back of the plane in the worst seats to save money. My parents have the paradigm, the mindset of like saving, 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 saving. My paradigm is very different. My paradigm is like, you're not going to make any more money saving. You get me?
Mhm.
If you make $100 a week and there's 4 weeks and you save the $100 each week, at the end of the 4 weeks, you only have 400.
Right.
You get me? My paradigm is go and make more money. You get me? My mom would always be like, stop spending money. You're going to need it one day. You get me? Or stop spending money. You're going to waste all your money. It's like, no, I'm going to spend money and make more money. You get me? A lot of people are scared of purchasing things or going out and balling out for themselves. And what I mean by balling out is not showing off to others, but rather showing off to yourself, where it's like, you know what? I've hit success. I've hit different milestones this year. I want to go buy myself a Rolex. You get me? I want to go buy myself a nice designer t-shirt. You get me? I want to go buy myself some shoes. Or I want to serve others like you. I want to go out and, this is the money I have. I want to use it to help as many people as possible. Something that I just thought of was I'm going to Los Angeles in February. I don't know which dates yet, but I would like if me and you could get a partnership with a restaurant. We pay the restaurant, whatever, 5, 10K. I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
And the restaurant serves food, right, to people for the next 2 hours completely for free. You get me? Like, I think that would be amazing. You get me? And I think the best type of restaurant we should go to is like a taco spot because it's quick. You get me? We want something where we could serve as many people as quickly as possible, where it's like, okay, here, grab your tacos and go. Grab your tacos and go. And it's not because I don't want to have quality time with people. It's just because I want to help as many people as possible that day. So I will let you know the dates when I get them, but we're gonna do that and we're gonna record that.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely astounding how you did that. You get me? And I've always wanted to get involved with it. I've just always never knew how to, even though it's so easy. You get me? I've never known like where to go or like where to do it, and kind of thinking about it, I feel like a bitch. You get me? Because it's like what we go back to. It's information. You get me? Information separates everything. Right. And now that I see you doing it, it doesn't make me want to do it, right? Not the fact that you're doing it, but it's like, fuck, if this 20-year-old kid, right, is doing these things to serve others, right, and I'm just here serving myself, it makes me feel like an asshole. You get me? And that's something really big about life, where you don't realize things until something hits you in the face, until you meet a certain person. And that's where I want to encourage everyone to go out, meet people, make connections. You get me? Don't be scared of talking to the person next to you. A lot of people, there's so many people at church who are scared of talking to the person next to them. You're in the same place, praying to the same God. Ask, hey, what's your name? Happy Sunday. Pleasure to meet you. You got me? Don't turn it into a whole network marketing thing. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
But it's like socialize. You got me? Meet new people.
That's why I want to move to Miami, because I feel like in LA, I don't go to school, so I don't really meet. And I'm not too out there, and I have my circle, but I want to get out, so I'm uncomfortable. Like if I come to Miami, I have to meet new people.
Yeah.
And that's what I just want. Like the growth that comes with that, with just speaking to new people, meeting them,
Mhm.
and just understanding more about myself. I feel like I would accomplish way more growth in 6 months on my own here than I would over 18 months in LA.
Yeah.
You know?
On your own, you accomplish more, right? And I don't mean that like in business. In business, you want a team, but I mean like in life, right? When you move out. So when I moved out at 21, my life dramatically changed in 6 months. You get me? I went from making like $6,000 at my parents' house to living on my own making 20 grand. You get me?
Yeah.
20 grand a month, 20 grand a month. I was able to get my first, it's not a supercar, but it was a Corvette. Then from there, I got myself an M5. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to live in this area no more. People love the city, or two, people hate the city.
Yeah.
At first, I loved it, all right? Ocean view every day, really nice, you get me? But now I'm like, fuck this. I want to move out to a house and be far away from the city. I want to be like 25 minutes away. So I could still drive here whenever I want to eat at a nice place, but I still have my distance.
Right.
But the reason that I moved out, man, was just because of the fact that in order to grow, you have to go through different things.
Yeah.
You get me? One of them, in my opinion, is becoming independent, where you don't have your mom and dad paying your bills, where you don't have your mom washing your clothes or cooking your food, which so many people see it as they see it as like, okay, this is something my parents are supposed to do for me. You get me? Which they're not obligated to. They do it because they love you. You get me?
Yeah.
But once you move out and you have to do all those things for yourselves, and trust me, most people don't look at it as a big thing until they don't have it. You don't care about something until you lose it. You get me?
Mhm.
Once you move out, I think that, or once you come here to Miami, I think that you're gonna go to the next level, because
I agree.
you're forced to meet new people. You're forced to have new connections. You're forced to go to a new gym, and in that new gym, you're gonna meet people that are gonna have different resources or are gonna have different information that's gonna allow you to get to that next level. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I actually wanted to ask you about is that you went through a dark phase from 18 to 20, right, where you experienced a lot of pain. What exactly was that?
So there was different stages to that. So I mean, obviously, there was like, for example, like a relationship I was in
Mm-hmm.
that was just very draining, very bad. Like even this girl who's like supposed to be the person who I love and trust the most is like going around my back, like texting her friends, like, "Oh, he's going broke trading. Like,
Mhm.
what is this guy?" So to find those things out hurt a lot, And then I had to call that off, and it hurt. But to me, it was like with each set of pain, it was like, I'm gonna make you watch me grow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make you watch me level up. So I had to use that motivation. Like
Mm-hmm.
even just the dishonesty or the like not being
You
loyal.
think that helped you grow?
Oh, big time.
Isn't that crazy? Here's what I mean by that. A guy's with a girl, right? Girl breaks up with him because his dreams are too big and she thinks that they're unreachable. And then the guy wants, or let me rephrase it, right? Guy's with a girl, right?
Yeah.
And basically she leaves him, right? Because he's lazy. He's not doing shit. He's not going to the gym. He's not working towards his goals, right? But he talks about this shit all the time. He says, you know what? I want to go to the gym. You know what? I want to hit 6 figures a year. I want to hit 7 figures a year doing so and so. But he never does shit. But then when the girl fucking leaves him,
He
starts everything.
Right.
You see him going to the gym. You see him posting himself on Instagram saying, you know what? I just had an amazing workout. You see him posting his fucking meals and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you get me?
Bro, it's funny because like I'm very, very picky with who I spend.
Bro, it's like, what? It's like, I don't understand why a guy needs to get hit in the face by a girl leaving him for him to do shit.
I agree.
You get me? Because it's like me, for me, it's very different. I think it was 20, 21, 3 years. At 21, right, I met Jessica.
Right.
And I was making $20K a month. And then from the time that I met her to now, I went from a Ford Mustang, right, to a 720 McLaren, Urus, STO, Lambo. What other car do I have? I have 5 of them. I forgot the last one. The Corvette. You got me? The Corvette's been at the shop so long that I forgot I even had it. I'm gonna get an SVJ. I'm looking to trade in the 720 for a 765. I've done all of that with this girl.
Right.
You get me?
Because she's the right girl.
Yeah. You get me? She's helped me along the way.
Yeah.
You get me? She's giving me really good advice on whether I should go left or whether I should go right, which is very, very useful. But one of the biggest things, man, was when I first met her on the 5th month, I was selling a service, right? An educational service. And I had a Stripe account, right? Yeah. And Stripe decided to close my account for no reason whatsoever. You got me? And I think I was making 30 grand a month. And at the time, right, my paradigm is if I make 30K a month, fuck it, I'll blow it. You got me?
Yeah.
At 21 years old, that was my mindset. Like 30K a month's coming in every month. I could spend this money. I don't care. We were going out to clubs every day, going out to restaurants every day. Remember how I told you I was going out 6 days a week, literally for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, club at the end, every single day. That was my life with her. And I was making money, but then Stripe closed me down for 2 months. And that's where, oh shit, times got hard. You got me? For those 2 months. And I had no money whatsoever because my dumbass would blow it all instead of, saving and investing.
Right.
Right. During those 2 months, right, she just quit her job. She was like the number 2 salesperson in the world for Gucci. She quit her job because she was like, you know what? I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to do what you do. You get me? Yeah. And 6 months into it, she wasn't really doing much. She only had her savings. And this is the honest truth. It's not me bashing her or anything.
Right.
It's the truth about entrepreneurship. She had only her savings. And during those 2 months, she basically, we had a lot of bills because my dumbass put ourselves in a lot of different things where we were paying monthly bills to. She showed me her true colors. Instead of leaving, you get me? She gave me basically all her life savings. And then I figured it out. And then, things got a lot better. I got a new Stripe account, started making even more sales. From 30K a month, I went to like 60K a month.
Yeah.
And then she went from a place where she was trying to find what she was good at. You get me? But she couldn't find it. And now what she does is basically UGC content, which is user-generated content. And she makes a killing on it. You get me? Even without my support financially. And I feel like me and her got ourselves there instead of the other way around where a girl has to slap a guy in the face, leave his life, and then he has to level up because he feels like a bitch because the girl just left him. You get me?
I know what you mean.
And
shout out Jessica.
Yeah, shout out to Jess. But, it's crazy. You get me? Right. Because it's like, I think about it and I'm like, so many guys go through this where it's like, they need something to hit them in the face hard to level up.
I need a wake-up call.
Yeah, instead of them waking up themselves.
Mine was like, I was working towards it, but that was just a whole different catalyst, We shifted gears at that point. And then even recently, man, it was the first time I had like taken an interest to a girl since I actually had money. So it's different, I'm spoiling the shit out of her. I mean, we're going to Lakers games courtside, like we're having fun.
Oh, that's why you're at the Lakers game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, something happened and we had to call it off.
And what happened?
Some religious differences,
Okay.
I just
Yeah. Well, explain to the audience what's
essentially. I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
Right. Practice the faith of Islam, and she was Christian, and she was just instructed that it wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
So that happened. But I was like, okay, for sure.
Why didn't she just say that at the beginning?
I don't know.
At the beginning now?
I mean, I kind of brought it up at the beginning. I was like,
why didn't you say that at the beginning?
I was like, if this would, one of the first things I said was, I'm Muslim. If this would be an issue, let me know.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, we're cool.
It wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
How many weeks or months did you talk for before?
About a month.
And then after a month?
Fresh. Boom.
Wow. What a waste of a fucking month.
It was cool.
Not a waste, but it's like, why waste my time if from the beginning I established...
I have some big things to accomplish. But what I did like was, I was finally comfortable in a sense where I stopped...
You're comfortable with a girl?
No. Oh, yeah, I was comfortable with her, but I felt comfortable with just my situation. Like, I got this girl, I'm making good money right here. boom, boom, boom. That thing ended.
That's something that you
Little
have to
bit of
get
heartbreak.
comfortable with.
A little bit of heartbreak. And so I just used that energy and
Yeah.
focused it. And I've like doubled my net worth in like
Mhm.
that short space of time, just because I was like, okay, I have to focus on something. And I was like,
Mhm.
let's focus on work. And one thing I noticed was everything I've done with work up until now
Mhm.
was solo.
Yeah.
I didn't have a team. So I finally was like, okay, what I want to do from here on out is build the craziest team and
Yeah.
have my blueprint. And so now I have a couple editors, a
Mhm.
couple people who have been helping me with the brand. And we've literally, in the fastest amount of time, doubled like the entire business.
Yes. Yeah. Do you know what team stands for?
Let me know.
Together, everyone achieves more. You get me?
Yeah.
And since we were talking about that, right now, are you talking to anyone?
Me?
Yeah.
There's someone who's taking an interest in me.
Is she Muslim?
She's not.
Well, let's hear it. Establish with her who the fuck you are,
I did.
what religion you
Very
believe in,
discreetly, like
right?
I made the most,
And what does she say?
she's cool with it.
Is she willing? No, that's a dumb question. I was about to ask you, is she willing to convert to Muslim? But you don't even.
I don't need
for,
that. Yeah.
for a whole month.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is something fresh.
Yeah.
I'll say this chick, it's different than a lot of the
Mhm.
other girls. I hope she doesn't see this, but essentially every girl I've ever gone out with, it's because I thought she was just like stunning, like a 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Then I approached her and got to
Girl, if I tell you some shit I said to a girl the other day, some fucking girl beeps at me, almost hits my fucking car, right, man? She's on her phone texting, eating shit, almost hits my car,
Right.
beeps at me, and then I beep at her back. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, fuck you. And then I'm like, bro, just because I'm like, what was the quote? I told her, oh, just because you've had 10 bodies doesn't mean you're a 10, bitch. Like, fuck you. You almost hit my car, eating shit on your phone, probably on your fucking OnlyFans, which, by the way, I don't care, by the way, if a girl does OnlyFans,
Right.
right? Meaning, not that, if my girl did OnlyFans, I wouldn't be with her. And here's why.
I agree with you.
Here's why. Imagine you're a mad fucking successful entrepreneur, right? Trader, you get me? Businessman, whatever the fuck you want to be. You're in a business meeting, right? And people know your girl sells her pussy online. How would you feel? How would you feel if your team knew that and if your team had access to that?
I would hate that.
Yeah, it fucking
I
feels
have that
uncomfortable.
same exact mindset.
Yeah, it fucking feels uncomfortable. Now, in terms of other girls doing it, go make your bag. I don't give a fuck about you.
Just not my girl.
You get me? Just not my girl.
Yeah.
If you're another girl, just go make your bag. I don't care about you. You don't pay my bills. You get me? I don't pay your bills.
I don't say, yeah.
You got me? Go do what you have to do. That's actually something that me and Jess spoke about, where on her Instagram, she doesn't have a single picture showing her butt or showing anything that's like nudity or anything like that, which is so fucking hard to find nowadays because when you go on any girl's picture,
didn't know that
any girl's Instagram, all you see is her ass. All you see is her boobs. You see something that will court all attention, which is one of the 48 laws of the 48 laws of power. You get me? Court all attention.
Even just touch up on that. It's like, bro, like I am so conscious of what I consume.
Yeah.
It's like, think about it, bro. Like, I'm a trader. I don't go to fucking school, so I'm on my phone a lot of the time. A lot of the time I'm scrolling, and I have to make sure that what I'm fucking looking at here is something that isn't like damaging this brain. People don't even understand like subconsciously how bad a lot of the shit you see is, like, or even just like how damaging shit like porn is, bro. Like, people waste their time.
Yeah, they get
like,
addicted to dumb shit.
bro. And you convince your brain like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then your life is shit.
I don't know what people see as, I don't know what an addict sees in drugs. Let me explain that. I had surgery, right? So I had to take Percocets for a couple days to numb the pain because, you know, you just got surgery, you have pain. I took the Percocets, all right? And I felt less pain. That's all I felt.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything crazy. So then after the surgery, after all this, I take the Percocet again to see how I had some remaining. I'm like, test it out, see what the fuck people are so addicted to. Bro, I didn't feel anything. So in my head, I'm like, why do people become slaves to such little substances? You get me? Where people are addicted to this or addicted to that. One of my biggest addictions, right, which I've kind of stopped, And the reason I say kind of stop is because I still do it, but not at the level I used to.
Right.
Drinking soda. Bro, I would drink like 8 cans a day.
Yeah.
Now I drink 1 can a day. You got me? And I typically drink it with the best meal of the day, which for me is typically lunch or dinner. And the reason why is because breakfast is always the same shit. It's always eggs or, bacon, or not for you.
Now bacon for me, yeah.
You got me? It's always the same shit, man. But I drink soda once a day. You got me? And that's like, I could say my little addiction. But a big addiction like drugs and stuff, I don't know why people get so like addicted to it. Like,
Me either.
what did that girl do to you that caused you to go to drugs? What did that life situation do to you? You got me?
I find it crazy how there's really like these paths, and it's wild to me how many people go down that path.
Yeah.
And then there's also the straight path, which is like, the majority of normal people.
Yeah.
And then there's the people who dare to go on the path less traveled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always want to be with those guys.
Yeah. Right. And thinking about it in my mind right now, I think about, a lot of people go to drugs because they lost someone or they experienced some traumatic trauma. Let's say you lost your mother, you got me? And you go through some huge trauma because you lost your mother, you got me? And you start doing drugs. I find that disrespectful to the person you lost.
I agree.
Rather than, you know what? I lost my mother. It's a hard point. You got me? It's something hard I'm dealing with. Let me go and improve my life as much as possible to show her the child that she created, the man that she created. You got me? Or the woman that she created.
That kind of happened to me where I lost somebody very close to me. And instead of turning to like wise, I was like, no, like in order to honor them, I have to just completely level up my life. And that's really like when grind mode started.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped, bro. And even I find it so funny to see people's mindsets because obviously I do live streams and stuff. And so towards the end of the year, everybody's talking about what they want to do for 2024. This year, I want to focus on better risk management. And so it's like December 27th. I'm like, okay, but why don't you start December 27th?
Exactly.
Focus on your risk
rather than January the 1st.
Exactly. And then 28th, 29th, and carry on that momentum.
Yeah.
But people like this reset.
Yeah.
Which is fake, bro. I mean, you can't reset life.
You can't. You get me? Life is a marathon that you don't stop in.
The marathon continues. Nipsey Hussle.
It continues and it continues and it continues. And a lot of people think that because they stop something, the marathon stops. A lot of people think because they are going to take a break from the gym for a month, you get me, that the marathon stops. No, it continues.
Yeah.
And once you take that break because you were lazy, the results of it are what you pay the price for.
Yeah.
You get me? Here's something I spoke to Jess about. Most people, right, are more hesitant to give, right, than to receive.
Yeah.
Right? And here's what I mean by that. Most people don't want to give at all. You get me? They just want to receive.
Yeah.
And here's a good example of this. I don't want to give up my sodas, but I want a 6-pack. Majority of the things in life are in the form of you giving up something to get something in return.
Yeah.
It's making the decision, and in the word decision, the word dies in it. It's making the decision to do something, but when you start doing that something else must die.
Right.
You get me? When you start to become a good trader, right? Weak mindsets, as in I can't wake up at 8 a.m. to look at the New York Stock Exchange open at 9:30.
Right.
That has to die.
I mean, dude, even coming here, right? So I was gonna book a night flight, like a red eye, but then I was like, no, that means I have to miss my London live stream. So I do my London live stream. I honestly took like that first day of the week, I took 3 losses. Some people are fresh to it and they're like, oh my God, like you lost. And then I'm making sure, so now I'm on my flight. I have a 5-hour flight here. I'm making sure I sleep on this flight.
Yeah.
I took off like 9 a.m. I land here. I took off 10 a.m. I landed here about 6, 7 p.m. because of time difference. I land here. So now I'm rested. I go out to dinner and stuff. They want to go to the gym. I'm like, hey, I got to go live stream.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got to go.
You got priorities.
And I got my whole like to-go set up. And then I set up the live stream, call back-to-back wins, power versus reward. I covered all those losses, doubled them actually into profits. So it was beautiful. But just having that commitment, like, no, I'm sorry, guys. Even though I'm traveling, like,
Yeah.
I got to do this first and then we can come. And so
Yeah.
I did my live stream at 3 a.m. here, went on until 6 a.m., and then had to be up at 9 a.m. so we can get our day started.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
commitment I have.
Yeah. And that discipline will get you very far, because most people think that because they're on vacation, they could tell people who have paid for their services, hey, I'm on vacation, right? We're not going to do it today. You get me? And that's, like, to me, disrespectful for the people who have paid your services. You get me? Unless you say from a week in advance, hey, guys, I am traveling from these days to these days. We're not going to have these live calls, but I'm going to make it up by doing this.
Yeah.
You get me?
I agree.
It's excusable, because everyone deserves a break. Everyone deserves to do something. You get me? One of the major things I hate, right, is where you said you had 3 losses. I remember when I ran my Telegram group chat. I have a Telegram group chat, right, called Pips Nation. I don't run it anymore. I'm busy with bigger things in the industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
I let someone run it for me, right? But when I used to run it, meaning sending signals, doing the live calls, bro, I would remember, I would get 3 losses in a row, and people would think I'm the worst trader in the world.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No,
You know,
yeah.
you got
I was
me?
just like, bro, I lost 6% in those 3 losses, and then the next 2 wins I took were 8%, 4%. So I gained 12.
You lost 6%. Motherfuckers that were copying you lost their whole account because they don't know proper.
Bro, I even like tell them, like, this is my risk, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I put my risk here,
Yeah.
and then just to make it so clear. And it's funny, like,
Yeah.
I had one guy blow up on the phone with me, and I was like, bro,
I'm
like,
surprised you even answered.
no, I didn't. I mean, I just read the message.
Okay.
And I responded. I was like, bro, like, you're trying to threaten me. Like,
Yeah.
I literally stated exactly what's going on. And he
I've had
texted
people
me.
say, I'm going to sue you, this and
Oh,
that.
yeah, no, I was just, he said he reported me to like some sort of,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
SEC bullshit.
I
You
was
know what I
like-
mean? Yeah, it's just hysterical, because, you know, in this industry, you're going to meet a lot of retarded people.
Yeah.
You're going to meet people who, when you take 3 losses, you fucking suck. You don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
man. Fuck you. You got me? But then you're going to meet people who, when you take 3 losses, they're going to be like, hey, Ali, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah.
Like, are you good? Like, you know, did something happen? You got me? And those are the people who generally care about you.
Uh-huh.
So when those type of people hit me up, I do special things for them.
Yeah.
I give them special discounts. I give them free content, because those are the people who are going to stick with you in this industry for when you say, hey, man, hey, guys, I have this broker I'm promoting. Why don't you guys check it out? Those are the people who are going to jump on it right away, because you build that relationship with people, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the people who are like this. You get 3 wins in a row. Oh, shit,
The
you're
GOAT.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
You're the GOAT, right? You have figured this bullshit out. You got me? And then you have other people who, when you get 3 wins, they're like, hey, man, thank you so much for your win, right?
Yeah.
I was able to make $100 and pay this.
Yeah.
I was able to do this. You got me? 2 different types of people right there. You get me? And I pay very close attention to everyone that writes to me. You get me? And I don't mean that I go through all my DMs looking at what everyone writes me.
Right.
But majority of the people that write to me, I pay very close attention to their words. You get me? Because in this day and age, people, you going up to 21, 22, 23, bro, people are going to take advantage of you. People are going to try to suck you dry like a sponge. You get me? Rather it's using you for something, rather it's gaining information from you, rather it's asking you for a connection. Like, hey, you know, you're amazing friends with James Storms, right?
Right.
Hey, bro, can you connect me to James Storms? You get me? I want to share with him this business idea. And I want to share with you this business idea. But as soon as you make the connection, fuck you. You get me? It's things that I've been through. And it's things that I'm telling you about. So you don't, you know.
Starting to catch,
Yeah.
you know, just even in my life, certain
Yeah.
moments where that is happening, and pivoting my foot, like making sure I'm protected here. I know I'm not
Yeah.
exposing too much here. I keep my circle so tight that, like, if one piece of information gets heard by somebody else, I don't.
You know exactly.
And I'll call that person. Why did you say this,
Yeah.
this, and that? Like,
Yeah. I think of my life the same thing, because if my information gets leaked out, it can only been leaked out through 4 different pillars.
Yeah.
You get me? I don't really share a lot of my information out there. A lot of the things that I'm doing, people don't even know. You get me? People still think I run a Telegram group chat. No, I don't. I haven't sent a signal out in like a year almost. You get me? I do very different things in this industry. Um, Speaking about it, what are your goals now in the industry? Like, what is it that you want to do moving forward in terms of partnerships with brokers, prop firms? You know, what
So
do you want to do?
for me, it's like the broker thing is huge because I've seen so many people get manipulated on their brokers, withdrawals not hit, and just all this huge mess. So
Yeah.
I want to like integrate myself, just staying with like a very healthy broker,
Mhm.
helping people grow through there. Like the broker I've been with has been around. I've stayed. It's the only broker I've ever promoted. I've been with them for like 2 years,
Nice.
which is AirFX.
Mhm.
And then, so I want to establish myself just like more within the community on that. And throughout this year, I want to focus on doing in-person classes more
Nice.
and just being more of a service to people. So I obviously have my free course online, like just for people who can't afford it. Like I have a free course out there that's super in depth. And now I just want to get more into doing like boot camps, in-person stuff, and growing myself more as a mentor to other people
Yeah.
because of what I've experienced and seen, and like just try to help people fast track their journeys.
Gotcha. So I promote AirFX as well and HeroFX. I promote them both. Those are the only two brokers I've promoted for the last 2 years.
Right.
Before them, I used to promote EgoFX, and then I left them. Not because I'm not gonna bash. You know how everyone fucking
Right.
bashes on everything, saying
People want to say they're the
people want to say
unlocked and-
people want to create a big story of what happened with their previous broker and why you should join this new broker. I never had an issue with EgoFX. They paid me on time. You got me. Never had an issue with them.
Right.
But I decided to join HeroFX because of the opportunity that I saw with the benefits that they gave me. You get me? I'm very honest. What are the benefits that they gave me? They gave me master trading accounts, right? A master trading account or a pro trading account is an account with zero spread and zero commission.
Right.
So with my strategy, which is scalping the market, it would work perfectly because I'm never getting charged a commission to enter the market.
Right.
You get me? How did I obtain this type of partnership is very simplistic. My influence, the people, Pips Nation, 19,000 plus Telegram members.
Right.
You get me?
I just hit 12,000.
That's fucking huge. You get me?
Bro, I went from in December I was at 8,000.
Yeah.
Or a month later I'm at 12. Like
Yeah.
just the way I've been approaching
Yeah.
growing, bro. I'm doing 2 YouTube videos a week. I'm doing 2 reels a day and just pushing out all this content and then live streams like every LinkedIn and some New York sessions. It's just been growing.
You're at 12,000 now.
Right.
Where do you want to be in March? Where do you want to be in July?
And March I want to be 25,000. I want to double it.
25,000. And in July,
July I want to do another double at 50.
50,000.
Yeah.
We're going to come back in those months and we're going to see where you're at. And I feel like
My goal, let
yeah.
me state this now. For YouTube,
Yeah.
is to have that 100,000 subscriber plaque by the end of 2024.
Mhm.
I'm at 9,000 right now.
By 2024, by the end of 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goal for this year.
That's a goal for Traders Cast as well, to get that plaque. In terms of the AMG GT63, I think it's a super dope car. And I think it's a car you should definitely get in the next 6 months. What I would say is look for one that's actually used.
Yeah.
Look for one that has like 10,000 miles, because the first person who drove it is the one who took the hit with the depreciation of the car. You're not going to take as big as a hit, because let's say you get that, AMG GT by your birthday in April. I really think you could do that by April. If not April, June for sure, right?
Yeah.
And then you have that car for about 6 months. And from that car, you go to a McLaren. You're not going to lose out on a lot, depending on how much you drive and stuff, and depending if you do modifications. I don't see you losing more than $10,000, $15,000 on the car, which is perfect. You get me?
Honestly.
Me with my cars, fuck. I hit stop loss. Like with my
Margin call.
with my Lambo, I twin turboed it. Good luck trying to get the resale value on that. You get me? But it's things that I know, and it's my hobby. Like I love racing. You get me? One of the biggest things that I saw this before coming onto the podcast. Some 18-year-old kid got 24 years in prison because he hit a woman and a baby and killed them. And that's where it's like, seeing it today, I already raced at the track, but I've raced in the street. Seeing that makes me just like, it traumatizes me with racing in the street.
Right.
That's why when I'm in the street, I'm so careful. Like if I'm going to make a pool in the car, I make sure that there's no cars next to me for the next 600 feet where the car could reach from 60 to 150, and then I could easily brake from 150 to 60. You get me, on a highway. But even with that, you know, seeing those type of videos, like, fuck, like, just stay at the track.
Right.
I like racing at the track because it's so professional. Something happens to you, and in 1 minute you'll have an ambulance, a fire truck. You have people helping you get out the car. And it's hard to fuck up in the track compared to the street because they prepare the surface. The street becomes super sticky, so your tire hooks to it. You get me? And your car doesn't get all swirly and shit. But with you saying that about the cars, I definitely do think that by the time that you're back here, you will have those cars. And I hope that you riding in the McLaren today really shows you that it's possible, because I came from your same steps, IML. The only thing that separates me and you, right, is information. You get me? I've lived on this earth a little longer than you have, so I have a little bit more information. But just because people have lived longer doesn't even mean that they have more information than you.
Right.
I've just obtained it over the last 6 years compared to you over the last 2 years. But in 2 years, you have done a lot more than I have. So I think that by the time we see you again, you're going to be on a whole different level.
I'm excited, bro.
Yeah. And with that being said, I'm assuming this is the end of the Traders Cast episode. Bro, thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to see you again.
Appreciate you.